Hi, everyone, and welcome to Problem Solve Her, a really fun, cool, innovative, awesome podcast where women tell their stories and men too. And we are just here to empower, to inspire, give confidence, independence, give it to each other sometimes because on some days we need it from one another. So I'm your co host, Chloe, along with my girl,
Dagmar.
Dagalicious is in the HOUSC. Hello, everybody. For those of you that haven't listened to us yet, boo! But you're here now. And please find us everywhere on the socials. We are on YouTube. We're on Apple, Spotify, ProblemSolvHer.com, no EN solve. Coaching sessions are happening right now. We're on Instagram. We are on TikTok, the Chutzpah Girl GURL. I mean, guys, it's easy to find us. Just Google Problem Solve Her, no EN solve, plan words. Now it's Daggy's turn. Dag, what are we doing?
Then we talk about how to handle life changes.
Uh,
Because we have so many right now. So it's fun talking about it.
what? Yeah, it is. It's so much fun. It's so pleasurable.
No, it's really
What do
fun.
you, yeah, well, everything we try to do is fun, but we have to be serious sometimes. I feel like life is one ever flowing change, the ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs. Life changes when you get a little bit older. Life changes when you move, when you get out of a new relationship, when you get into a new relationship. It changes when family things are going on. So I feel like it's just a constant change. However, when a lot of it happens all at once, it can feel very overwhelming and heavy, right?
Or the changes you did not plan. Like if you get divorced, if you move somewhere, if you take on a new job, that's your plan, right? But if
Well,
you get
sometimes
fired,
all those things are not planned, actually. Sometimes you think a job is going very well and you're like, wait, or maybe you wake up one day and you're like, I've been married to this person for 2 decades. I have to get the hell out of here. Just
what
saying.
I was referring to, there are life changes you instigate, and there are other life changes where it just happens.
Correct.
My biggest life change, and I told you about, but just happened, and it just happened. Really falling out of the sky was 2 weeks ago as one of my kitties, Maxie. Maxie is a big boy and he eats well and he is a bush dweller. So that means he likes to hide in boxes underneath
Is
the
he an
bed.
indoor cat or an outdoor cat?
Indoor cat. Indoor cat, and he likes to hide, but he comes out for food, right? And so I thought he behaves funny. Like I put the food in front of him, he looks at it and he turns around and walks away. Totally not like him. And he looked a little bit like disconnected. Not scared, just a little bit disconnected. And normally when I try to pick them up to brush them or to cut the nails like the bush dwellers, so normally they like to run away, right? Because they're hiders. And he didn't right away. So I picked him up and he was like letting everything just hang down. And I'm, oh my God, that's not normal. That's not normal. So I thought, I wonder if he has fever or something. So I measured his temperature. Was no fever, nothing. And then I waited for like half an hour just to see if, I don't know, if there would be any change. No change at all. So because it was Saturday afternoon then, I drove to the emergency vet with him just to see if he was dehydrated or had crystals in his urine. And I'm sitting there. So I expected already, like emergency vet, you pay for it, right? And you happily pay for it as a dog or cat mom because you want help. So I'm sitting there and we have
Is
to
that how
do
you
it.
justify the bill to yourself when the bill comes in the mail?
I get the bill immediately. I don't justify the bill in this way. Honestly, it's your decision if it's so bad.
Well, there's only two outcomes. It's right.
If it's so bad, do you want to treat them or are they going over the rainbow bridge? One or the other, right?
Wait, what did you call it? Over the rainbow bridge? I'm going to start using. Okay, but when you say the rainbow bridge, you know what that means in today's world, right?
cats, at least cat moms and dads.
Okay.
And
I've never heard it like that.
with the vets, when they go over the rainbow bridge,
Okay.
that means
Okay.
they're gone. So, and at the end, if it's so bad, you have to make a decision. What does your gut tell you? That's really the
Right.
decision, right? And my gut told me, no, there's hope. No, I know he can make it.
How old is he?
He's 8. So how to handle life changes? As they told me, he's a diabetic cat and he needs intensive care for 3 to 4 days. I'm like, oh my God. Did not
Is
expect
that
that.
normal for cats to be diabetic? Is that it? I know for dogs, but I haven't heard of cats actually.
Yeah, no, I guess it's a normal thing for cats too. I forgot in one cat in how many. So, but yeah, it's a normal thing too. I just did not expect that, right? I realized he had something. He needed an emergency treatment, but I didn't expect a life change for him and for me. And it's a total life change. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's the same as when you're human and diabetic, right? It changes your lifestyle. It changes everything. And in the first moment, I was very grateful that I decided I want to give him life quality and I'm committed. I will go with him through that. And I did. And they took him in and then I drove home and I'm like, I do whatever it takes for my little one. And then as I arrived home, I just crushed and oh my God. Intensive care emergency treatment. He still could die, right? And I'm my whole life thinking through the finances, thinking through what does it mean when he comes home as a diabetic cat. No clue what it means. I have the fear of needles, right? I'm committed to overcome the fear of needles. Do you think you have time to overcome the fear of needles? Forget it. There's the needle. There's the insulin. You better learn how to give it to him. That's how the life change
And you have
comes.
to hold him down so that you can give it so that he's not
He
moving.
was so weak. It was not a problem at that point.
But he's doing a lot better now, right?
I think we are in day 7. Yeah, today's Monday. We are on day 7. He's doing so much better. But it's like next to work, next to the other kitties, next to make sure I'm staying healthy. This is like becoming a 24/7 nurse, honestly.
You have to take this for forever?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many every day
Every 12 hours. Every 12 hours. And then it's
until
depending
he
on,
goes over the Rainbow Bridge?
uh-huh. And
Wow.
then it's depending, I figured, so here is my experience, what I learned this week about how to handle life changes. There are life changes where you have no clue, no knowledge about the situation. Like with me, diabetes. I had no clue what that means. Diabetes, cookie cutter in general. Then what does it mean for Maxie? How does he handle diabetes? Because I guess every human, every animal handles diabetes differently depending on your body, depending on, I guess, your system, whatever. Because the first 2 days I called the vet like every 2 hours because I saw these symptoms and then the glucose went down. And then I asked them, oh, you cannot be under 70. If it's under 70, you have to come immediately to the vet because then with low glucose, you could die, right? Sugar shock and stuff like that. Long story short, now I'm day 7. I feel so good about that I did it. So confident, so proud of myself
That's amazing.
that I went through that. And I'm at the point today,
Good job, Lovey.
thank you, where I really learned how to trust my gut. When his glucose is 55 and he should be close to dying and he still can run away from me, right? Or hiss at me, which is not typical, I guess, when it's so low. You have to trust your gut. You cannot rely only on data. And person, I love data because the monitoring of this thing, it makes you crazy if that's all what you have. So I'm learning really holistically to look at the situation, right? Life change. Okay, how can I handle it that I mentally stay healthy and happy and emotionally and physically are able to take care of myself, my work, the other kitties, and Maxie. As I had to give him the needle the first time, I told you my father's voice came in. You cannot do that. Who do you think you are? Like, do you think you're like superhero here? You're scared of needles. You cannot give him needles. Like, just let it go. Try to find somebody, or if not, you just failed. And I was sitting on the sofa with him, and the fear froze me. It was so bad. So I did this deep breathing, right? When they say tummy breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you hold it for a moment, and then you breathe the oxygen out. So I did it 4 times. And at luck, my friend, my neighbor called me and she said, "How are you doing now?" I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have the needle here. I have to give him the insulin. I don't know if I can do it. And you can do it, but my daughter is at home. So she sent me a daughter who is a nurse, and she coached me because I realized I have to do it, right? Like, she works day shifts, night shifts. She coached me.
But she doesn't work for a vet. She works in a hospital for humans. But how cool is that she doesn't, it's not like she works with cats either, right? Even though she's a nurse, you both were learning how to do that specifically.
She Googled and she said, "Oh, we do like this." And I said, "The vet showed me like this, so we don't hit a muscle or something, right? So it just goes into the flesh, because the key is that it just goes into the body." And so now at day 7, needle, insulin. Hey, Maxie, come here.
Excuse me. Look at you, Miss Veterinary Nurse over here, ready to rock and roll.
You
You go,
hold
girl.
you like the knife up. You push your little finger a little bit in, and you see where's the flesh, where there's no muscle. And then you pile it, and then the needle like has a little bit of a cover up, and I'm cover up, and then needle in, and then 1 unit. And then Maxie is happy. Finally, she's done. And I'm happy. Finally, it's done twice a day. But long story short, how to handle life changes. If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, if I would think if I have a diabetic cat, I could do it, I would have told you, no, I cannot do it. I cannot do it.
Really?
And if you would have asked me a year ago if I would have the faith that I trust that there is a reason for, and God put me in this place to learn something, and I allow it to happen instead of fighting against it or running away from it, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if I would have felt secure enough to be willing to go through the fear and the challenges and the scarcity of everything. And so Kabbalah really helped me. As all this stuff happened, I didn't say it loud, but as they gave me the bill, right, and I saw poor Maxie, and they took poor Maxie away, Kabbalah came in, and what a pleasure. Opportunity to learn something.
This
I
bill
loved
is
it.
such a pleasure to have. I just love writing this check. Now, are you willing to discuss so that people understand how expensive these things are? Or
No,
you can't even
no,
talk about it. You can't
no,
even say the number out loud. All
no.
right. Must have been a real pleasure.
So it was pleasure enough to challenge me that, sometimes we all comfortable and we okay in the outcomes. We could do better, but we okay. Now it's not a question anymore. Now I'm like, bring it on, come on. Let me take care of it. So
You learned
mindset
something
wise,
new.
We would like to take a moment in this episode to thank our sponsors. Palm Beach Dog Academy is located right here in the heart of sunny South Florida. Founded by Jeff Nelson, who did his training at the Harvard of Dog Training Academies at the Tom Rose School in Missouri. I can say firsthand that Jeff not only has the credentials and the experience, he knows how to train dogs properly. He trained my beloved Oscar, our furry favorite guy who lived till 19 years of age. For more information about Jeff's packages and his academy, please visit palmbeachdogacademy.com.
mindset wise, a total shift, like whatever it takes.
Well,
Like
it's
there's no
interesting.
excuse anymore. I don't feel
Right.
good, or I have so much going on, or he is coming and going behind my back. Like I already have, yeah, I have Eli is my biggest one.
Wow.
He's my
How
Maine
many
Coon.
pounds?
Maine Coon. I don't know, 20,
You
I
say
think.
Cancun?
Maine Coon, where
Uh,
they have the
yeah.
on the forehead. He's my
I
biggest one.
saw a cat the other day in my friend's backyard here locally that looked like a snow leopard. I never saw a cat like that.
Yeah.
Well, I
He's
think
from
it's
my He's from
sorry?
my ex-boyfriend. He's a divorced cat from his ex-wife. He didn't want him, so I took him.
Well, that's an interesting subject that you bring up because I'd like to discuss that. But first, I want to say I commend you. I know you're scared of needles because we have talked about this in the few. A lot of people are. Some people, when they have to draw blood, they pass out. They don't want to look at it or put a needle in. Or I understand that. I have no problem with needles. I don't know why, but I just don't. But I know a lot of people that do, and I'm so proud of you that you have overcome that. You're on day 7, and you're like a coach on the team now. You're like ready to rock and roll. And I'm so glad that Kitty's in a better place and that things are looking up. And I'm very happy for you. But I want to talk about this divorce situation you just said, because this is trending very heavy right now all over social media. It was on the news. When a couple that's been together long term separates or they get divorced, who gets the pets? Like, it's a really big thing. People are literally putting this in when they're in their divorce, when they're going. This has nothing to do with the prenup or anything like that. It's okay, we're dividing up assets and homes, and it's like children. Most of the time the mom gets the children, the dad sees them on the weekends, certain holidays. Now it's the pets, it's the cats and the dogs. Who's getting it's not you'll see them this time. It's who is getting them. And the theories behind it are these. Whoever paid for the pet gets it. A. If no one paid and it was a rescue, it's who's taking care of the pet more. Or who does the pet like the most? I mean, it's a thing. It's happening. It's really happening. I think it's interesting, actually. If a man comes into my life, I will tell you right now, and then he leaves, and I'm just saying, let's say I met someone tomorrow, and 2 years now we break up. You would have to literally claw Oliver out of my fingertips. I would get arrested because no one's getting near him. It wouldn't even be a fraction of a choice. I don't care if someone came into his life and bought him a Mercedes bed that he slept in and was giving him caviar and walked him 10 times a day and did all these things. Never happened. Mine, facts. But aside from that change, which is major because now you have to do this every 12 hours, which is a huge undertaking, I'm also dealing with some other changes that are personal, but I'm okay to speak about them because I want other women that are going through this to say, thank you so much. I'm in your position. So I'm at a stage right now. We've talked about perimenopause on here. It's definitely something that a lot of women are speaking about now more. I think in the past it was passe, like saying, I don't want to go to a therapist. Now everyone talks about going to therapy. So last month I had skipped my menstrual cycle. And then this month, in the month of November, which is almost finished, I got it in the beginning of the month and then it kind of went away. It was very light. And then I basically had it on and off for 2 weeks. And then it came back very heavy yesterday. And I'm saying this because I'm sure other women are going through it and it affects it. Talk about changes that I was not expecting. And, it's all happening so fast with it. I'm trying my very best to take it on. And thank God, I don't even want to say it out loud because I don't want them to come back, but the night sweats and all that stuff and the hot flashes are gone. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. That's me if I was in church and I would be singing in a choir. But now this like really heavy out of nowhere flow from yesterday, I have very low energy. You're helping to pick it up. Oliver helps, but it's very low. And I just want to tell women, stick it out. Just, I know it's so difficult, but we have to just push through. And these changes are very sudden. They can come on in any moment. And if you think hormone replacement is maybe something for you, check it out. I'm not. I'm trying to do everything naturally. My parents are hippies. I grew up with remedies under my tongue and the bush doctor is giving me stuff in Jamaica and moringa leaf and all these other things and ginger fresh from the root and all that good stuff. So that's a major change for me that's happening like live in the moment. Other things, you know me, any day something could happen and I have a change. I don't know. But today, this is all I have that's really, you know, potent in my mind. So we have totally different things that are happening, but we can feel each other's pain and we can be there for each other. You're on mute. Can't hear you.
Let's
I was trying to
summarize
read your lips.
let's summarize for this episode what we both learned, how somebody can handle life changes. So I think the first thing is, if you cannot change them, go with them. Go with the flow. Don't go against the flow, because then it becomes totally difficult and no outcome, right? So it just makes you miserable. And then I think make a conscious decision to look at it. What happened? What caused it? What is the result of it? And what's in your power to control it, and what's not in your power to control it. Like with Maxie, like, can I control the glucose going up and down? No. Do I have the knowledge to control it yet with food? Not really. So I'm still in the exploring phase. Do I allow myself to make mistakes? I'm at the point now, and I know it sounds rough, but I'm at the point now, I do my best. I don't know what the outcome will be. Hopefully, we both will make it and everything will work out. But it's not in my power, right? So every night when the glucose goes down and down and down and down, and I give him the syrup and I give him food, and I hope that this brings him back up. And if I get an alert, I'm quick enough to take care of him, especially in the night when I'm at home, right? But like in the daytime, I had 2 alerts. I was at Publix. Going to
Because you
Publix.
can't stay home 24/7. You have to go out.
So I calculated it. I waited for, gave him the insulin, looked for an hour how the value would be, and left. And I was in the middle of Publix shopping, get the alert. Glucose level is getting low. And I know when it's getting low with him, he can go from 135 to 70 within 20 minutes. So oh my God. But I needed the groceries, so I had to pay for them, right? I had to drive home 10 minutes. The first time was horrible. The first time if I'm coming home and he's dead, I will be so devastated. And then it happened again and again. And the third time, I want to get used to that. If I come home, he can be dead. Like, I'm doing my best every day when I'm there. So how to handle life changes: control what you can, do not try to control what you cannot, and have the wisdom to understand what you can, what you cannot.
I think that, and this is in Kabbalah also. I don't see, you'll see what happens is when you study on different levels in the classes over the years, that you start at a beginner course and then you start to learn as they feel that each class is ready to go on to the next chapter, we'll call it. And one of the things is that in the simplest terms of Kabbalah terms is that there are reasons behind everything that happens to test what we're doing. So for you, who's someone like me, we like to control our environments and we're perfectionists. For something that's out of our control to happen, for us, it's a lot more personal. It's more sensitive to us because we don't know what that's going to be. So for you to be out there and you're like, oh my God, I can't be there and do it because we can't control these moments. But it's actually a very good test for you because it pulls you outside of your comfort zone of being able to always control your environment. And it's like, well, hold on a second. And even with the insulin, you're like whipping it around now, like, let's do this, baby, you know? And like your friend's daughter came over and you were like frozen. So that's Kabbalah teaching us that there is a message behind all of that. And this is why I don't really like discussing my age. And it's like kind of funny, but it's actually something I'm serious about too, is because I'm an ageist, and getting older to me, the chronological number means absolutely nothing. It's how you feel in your body. And I have anyone that knows me or even listens on here knows I have a lot of energy. I have a big personality. I'm definitely not quiet, definitely not a little wallflower, but the perimenopause stuff sometimes has me like, I mean, talking about can't control and the low energy and the change in the moment. I'm like, I mean, if Brad Pitt walked in right now, I'd literally just be like, "Hey, Brad." I wouldn't even be able. I'm not even joking. I know that sounds so crazy because I talk about him all the time on here. I literally would be like, "Hey, Brad, what's up? Can you help me? I can't even get up. I'm so tired. I can't even change. Take me as I am. If you like this outfit, we're good. If not, I don't know what to do." I just don't have the energy. So I think it's important for not only you and I, but anyone that has a similar type A personality or a perfectionist or someone who's very regimented and organized and more like you, extremely analytical, which I am not, really kind of to get outside your comfort zone. And like you said, I have the same message. The things that are out of our control, it doesn't matter. The only thing that we can actually control in our own lives is our own behavior. And it took me so long to learn that about myself. But that's all that we really control, our responses to things, we react to people. I'm trying not to be the poop vigilante in the neighborhood anymore. And when people aren't cleaning it up, I'm like, you know what? These people just don't. It's like, what am I going to do? And you know what? I'm done. I'm trying. I tried for the first year I lived here, and all my neighbors were like, "Yeah, go, Chloe." And I'm like, no, I can't do it anymore. If they're not going to clean it up and they're entitled, it's like, have a nice day, whatever. I'm so
Yeah,
over it.
right.
So I think we all need to give ourselves some grace and to just accept change when it comes.
We would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Cafe Bastille originated in Miami, now has a location in downtown Fort Lauderdale for almost 2 years. Located steps from Las Solas and sitting on the canal, I can personally say I frequent there often. Their lattes are wonderful, hot or cold. The velvet pancakes just melt in your mouth. The pommes frites are on point, and the bottomless mimosas for brunch all day long are absolutely fabulous. For more information, please go to cafebastilledowntown.com.
Yeah. Do you know another thing what happened to me, how to handle life changes? And it's connected, like with Maxie, the fear of failure is that he would die, right? I do something
Right.
wrong and he would die. And the other thing is I told our listeners about it, and I told you about it, about my German friend. We are friends since 42 years. This year, I was the one reaching out, calling her, texting her. Aya in Dubai, on a cruise. I'm in Luxembourg camping. I am with the garden club. We have a meeting. I have to help my daughter, right? And I told you, and I think the listeners about it. So then I stopped reaching out to her. And then she came back. And instead of what I would have done, say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know how this could happen, that I didn't take my time to give you a call back, but I want to do better. Instead of doing this, her response was, I just wanted to check when would be a good time to reach you, right? Like, do you have preferred times to reach you? Because, I miss talking with you, and I just want to figure out when would be a good time. Like, I'm difficult to reach. It started a little bit the fear of failure. How could I not make this friendship happen? I made this friendship happen for 42 years, right? Is it my failure now that I don't want to give in anymore and allow her to treat me like this, that it's my fault because I was difficult to reach, which I was the one reaching out? So now I just responded, you can reach out to me 24/7, and if I'm busy, just will call you back. And then her last response, and that was like 2 weeks ago, didn't hear back from her. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I have luck to reach you. Luck to reach me. I text you, I call you, and you say, I will call you back when I'm back home. Never called me back. So the fear of failure, of losing this long, long, long friendship, for sure brought the thought up, what's wrong with me? Like, I'm lovable. I'm a good friend. I support you, and I would do whatever it takes to be your friend. Like, what is wrong with me that she doesn't want to be my friend anymore? What's wrong with me that she cannot take 5 minutes to give me a call? And then I was able to stop myself, and I could feel my grieving and my anger and my sadness about the whole thing. And I thought, it's not failure. I did what I could, and I'm at the point now where I put myself from an eagle eye perspective. I like the frog perspective looking up and the eagle eye perspective looking down. I put myself in the eagle eye perspective looking down, and there is not enough frequencies and not enough energy for an exchange. Period. I'm putting these frequencies and energies in, and the response is not there, not just low. It's not there. That my own energies and frequencies in this case just go down and down, down. Now I'm at the point, I'm fine. If I never hear from her again, I'm good. I appreciate and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. If she ever would reach out again, I would tell her that for the 42 years, and I'm good. And I think
First,
that's,
sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No, I'm good.
I have people that I've been friends with for not that many years, but 30 years,
Because you're
35.
younger.
True. I'm talking about from when I'm like a child. First of all, it's a loss anytime a friendship doesn't work out, especially when you put so much time and effort into it. And also, it's the fear of rejection. What did I do wrong? Am I okay? I've tried. I know that you are an amazing friend and you're there for everybody you love and you're extremely giving. What happens is in life is that sometimes, and I've had this with many friendships, people grow apart. I look back at everybody that I grew up with that were in my friends group. Um, and I say, and I've talked about this with a couple of my best friends, and we're all still best friends. If I met you at 40 years old, right now, would I be your friend? As opposed to when I met you when we were 16, 15. People evolve and they change. And that's why I'm constantly telling my cousin's daughter, my second cousin, Lena Bina, who's 24 and she's bright and she has a great job and she lives in California. She's tall and she's got a fabulous figure and she's so confident. She's me when I was younger, right? Just
The
like
mini
confident.
me,
Yep,
mini
confident, cool, and
Chloe.
all that stuff. But I say to her, you are in no rush to get married. Even when I was your age, I wasn't in a rush because people evolve and they change. If you married a guy tomorrow at your age at 24, by the time you're 40, you might not like each other because you change and you evolve. It's rare. It does happen. My parents have been married for almost 50 years. They met very young. It does happen, but that was a different generation. Today's generation's like, forget it. We change, we evolve as humans, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a relationship we're in. And sometimes people just fall out of common with one another. So maybe you guys have kind of just like hit that point. That doesn't mean you still don't care about each other and that maybe you won't speak in the future. But as long as you're at peace with it, that's all that matters. Change is inevitable. And it's actually something that we can learn and grow from. And that's where I'm leaving it.
I really wanted to have this topic today because it was a very difficult topic for me. I trust that there are other logical, structured women out there like me who perhaps listen to that and it helped them to take it easier and not get sick mentally, emotionally, or physically over stuff like that you cannot change anyway.
The only thing we are responsible for are ourselves and our own thoughts and our own decisions. And it's like the famous Bob Marley song, Destiny, I want to rule my destiny. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm happy you went through that in the sense that you overcame the fear of needles. and that you're learning that you can't and don't have to control every aspect of your environment all the times of the day, and have
Well, a
fun with
sleeping
your
mattress
friends and
and sleep at the
family.
house.
Yeah. Have fun with your friends and your family and just enjoy and have a happy holiday, everybody. We love you.
Yeah.
We hear you. We see you. Love you,
Happy
Daggy.
holidays. Love you too. Just a quick note before we end. This conversation is for inspiration and empowerment only. It's not medical, mental health, or legal advice. We are not doctors, therapists, or lawyers. Just women sharing real stories and personal truth. Always seek professional guidance for your unique situation.